Next is needs for law. The constitution of the country seeks to secure equality and justice for everyone in the society. So the constitution are made why, so that they can give so that all the people should be treated in equally and justice are given to the person who are facing problem in our Indian society. However, inequalities and injustice is prevalent in the society due to varied reasons such as age, old customs, poverty, illiteracy, ignorance. So in our Indian constitution, different types of rules and regulation are given that there should be equality, no injustice should be given. But there are some you can say different types of activities or different types of reasons which are still practiced in our country. That is different types of customs which we follow, which we follow and which we get from our ancestors. Poverty means a person don't have a sufficient amount of money to satisfy his or her daily needs. Illiteracy, there are people who are very illiterate, who don't know to read and write. And ignorance, that means the lower section of the society are ignored by the Indian government. Economically and socially, stronger section of the society tend to exploit the poor section of the society, leading to various discriminatory practices. So due to economically and socially strong section of the society, that means the person who are richer in our country, they try to exploit the poor section of the society. To eradicate such injustice and discrimination, the government, on the basis of the provision of the constitution, creates and implements certain laws. So our Indian constitution, they have made certain rules and regulations through which, if the higher section of the society or the richer section of the society try to dominate the poor section of poor section of the society, they can change or create new rules and regulation according to the requirement. Though these laws Through these laws, the government aims to establish equality and social justice. So why these laws are needed in our country? So that they can establish equality and social justice in our country. Next is dissent. Sometimes when people are not happy with certain laws, they are allowed to show their displeasure in the form of protest. So there are many people who does not like the different types of rules and regulations which are made by the Indian government. So in order to show disrespect or to does not give their support to these rules and regulations, they protest against that particular rules and regulation. This is called dissent. In a democratic country like India, such protests are very common. So in our country, these protests or dissents are very common. In a democracy, public opinion plays an important role. So in a democratic form of country, what public thinks, that plays an important role. If one section of the people is not happy, they take the help of mass media to influence other people in the society. So if one section of the society are not happy with the rules and regulations which are made by the Indian government, they can use the help, take the help of the media, and they can uh, spread their information to the other section of the society. Thus, dissent become mass protest. Sometimes a mass protest can lead to change in existing laws. So media plays an important role, and with the help of that, we can change the existing law. However, it is important to protest in a peaceful manner without disrupting life or property. So, if any group of people are protesting against these certain rules and regulations which were made by the Indian Constitution or the Indian government, they can protest, but it should be peaceful, not on destroying the different types of property or killing people. Let us look at some example of dissent. There were widespread protests against the reservation provision for the backward classes during the 1990s. So in the year 1990s, there was a protest against for the reservation provision for the backward classes, that means SC, ST and OBC. So there was a reservation. The protests turned violent, and in many places students destroy public property. So in order to make their opinion, or in order to implement the law which that particular section of the society, they try to turn the peaceful protest into a violent one. And many of the students, what they did, they tried to destroy the public property. Some students even attempted self-immolation. So there were many students who said that if our demand will not be accepted, we will kill ourselves, and so on. Another example is after the proposal to make Telangana a separate state was passed, there was a wide-scale protest by the people in other states also demanding separate states. So as we already know that Hyderabad is divided into two equal parts, and now the Telangana is also one of the state of our India. So when the Telangana was declared as a separate state, there was a protest by the people of the other state demanding that now we also want a separate state for our religion. In Assam, people disrupted the rail service by creating blockade. So in Assam, what did the people of Assam? They did that they blocked the railway track of the train, so that they can so that their demand will be accepted, that they want a separate state according to their religion, just like Telangana had gone. So these are the different types of, you can say, protest, which they should be practiced in a peaceful manner, but later on it converted into a violent one. So, so in order to make a country a democratic form of government, all these problems should be solved by the Indian government, and hence with this we end the chapter.